I believe obi bi o follow football bi abeja to me say weekend the big game e wo Europe Arsenal and Chelsea game na because was Stamford Bridge no game ba kwa ken a tight game between these two sides. Earlier on time ani etete ho na make sure say a purely tactical game from me perspective baby am meti am who game no because two managers are omusua de emfa ho say Enzo Maresca ye ka top coaches aye emfa ne nka ho Arteta afi no mu nyina eba by a do games be saying a ahwe approach attitude anyhow omu si toto omo nioma enti amasa two coaches no ye tagi omo say omo ye purely tactical at time bi on person omo players ne bo according to instruction and yes aba be game nim no two clubs ni nyina confidence e wo soro because midweek no in the UEFA Champions League Chelsea che Barcelona share 3 Arsenal che Bayern share 3-1 enti se wo check Chelsea ne Arsenal mo che Barcelona ne Bayern asho mo respectively ana omu nyina esa ba be hia nyame adom achi na obi a confidence odi wura game nim no e wo soro because se o ko game bi say na before that game utiminya a convincing win good performance e di rema na e boost confidence e wo camp so ye ba be two teams obi wura game nim no ken sanka ya de se Chelsea wura game nim omu di defeat bebre na ewrem Arsenal wura game nim omu di defeat bebre na ewrem a obeka say emma confidence na nkosoro by way do obi wura game nim a obi a confidence level no e wo soro since 1907 ebesi ne two clubs no about 211 games between Arsenal yes, 10 Chelsea out of 211 games no Arsenal win 84 Chelsea win 66 and 61 about draw and from 1907 ebesi ne no between these two clubs omo come teams in some aboni nyina no Arsenal enya wins ne dodo na again sa be check here nansen omo mienu hia ekosen and obi a wahwe Chelsea ne Arsenal nansen bia no omo tai hia e go in favor of Arsenal so the last time you who said Chelsea mpokra eje 3 points every Arsenal ho no na 2021 abra Chelsea show mo Lukaku shegu Aris James shegu na Thomas Tuchel and coach Chelsea boboku no Thomas Tuchel free Chelsea Graham Potter abesum Lampard abesum bi Pochettino ababesum ana Enzo Maresca so 4 different coaches aye den so munyina be shia Arsenal betima sha Arsenal so recently Arsenal shia Chelsea bia na Arsenal nya good results ahead of Chelsea and ke football yenim ni say obi ebofie a team na wo bofie no ye expect say obe dominate wo opponent by ken na say Chelsea tina Stamford Bridge bia na aye den so be shia Arsenal e wo Chelsea ankasa fie enti so what check here the last time Premier League Chelsea share Arsenal was in 2018 and na woka se Marcus Alonso nya the winning goal since then I had been say Chelsea bet na fie wo Premier League ashe Arsenal enti say compare two clubs in recent meetings Arsenal say omonsa that Chelsea so which a fact then again oba be show obi a current performance e wo Premier League nim say and obi a of your football obi o Premier League ending watch ne Arsenal near Chelsea near currently Arsenal are slightly above Chelsea in the Premier League. That's the reason why Arsenal can Chelsea to sum yenu. And it's a check records, check stars, check bibiana on paper. Obi Bekachro say Arsenal was a slim advantage over Chelsea based on a more recent performance. Obi a current performance no. Obeka say Arsenal mu edu kakra because dan say Oshia Chelsea or Taisha Chelsea. Ben so say game we no oba be right Chelsea off Debbie. Because Chelsea for prove what time without number say match and call for target Chelsea say on to me winning no and na Chelsea surprising nipa enti Chelsea bebo PSG no a surprise am for Chelsea beche Barcelona obesha na sheniye abuniye a dominate Barcelona enti say wo kwa kwhia Chelsea was our mentality was our mental toughness somebody be face any top club Chelsea enya sa akukuduro no Chelsea enya sa ahotoso ne say omo nsuro team bia omo nsuro opponent omo nsuro player bi ombechi omo Chelsea enya sa adwen no enti in as much as Arsenal nan saying omo Chelsea ne kin game we be a different game. And quiet to say previous game no. And to me, na previous game ne so. And from conclude say, and now said the Biana and saying Arsenal a dominated Chelsea into no. And kwa the same old story. There be a different game altogether. Ken, and when you may analyze the game no me trim ne. It seems say Mame Enzo Maresca ne Arteta. Unso mu nyina no omo pass through the same ranks. Eye Pep Guardiola ho. Mashe Arsenal and Arteta. Enzo Maresca and Chelsea. Omo style ni nyina go akoye the same. Saman for adwen ba so a. How I say Chelsea bobo, any how Arsenal bobo no. Difference no enye wide sa. Difference no enye bebre. Similarities in the door so pa. Ene offer Enzo Maresca say oboba. Me nkwohwe a lot of changes on paper. 4 at the back, 2 central midfielders. Ente ebeye 4-2-3-1 on paper. Arteta ebeye 4-3-3 on paper. Enzo Maresca tactically say okrabo na. Enzo Maresca epe positional play o focus on control. Ope midfield movements on person the midfielders ni be gina baby for akon. Time biano or expect so be exploit spaces. Now we utilizing the width no. Ene papa friend say Enzo Maresca. Ye lusuba, ye njire oni enjebo, ye impress oni enjebo. Na ye make sure say be stop opponent from counter attack. The same thing applies to Arteta. Opesi okrabo ni bi. O utilizing the width no. Midfielders ni movie. Enti obia tactical approach ni difference any. Enti ken yen chance yen hwe sa similarities na make no. Chelsea air build it up mostly in big games. Say obebo big game biana. Mostly the team no about shia Chelsea no okra a solid right winger. Enzo Maresca and time Kukureya. E invite him kone nimbebre. Omu ukra ball na in possession omu build up no. O make sure say Kukureya beka the 2 center backs no. No ma ye 3. So anytime we are Chelsea be share a big side and that's a tough game. Opponent ni kura a solid right winger no. Omo build it up Kukureya a part of the back 3. Then ni 2 central midfielders no. Ba kubeko nenim so mostly say obebo Reece James. No about branch friend say Kai said won fin hwa. Eya na Reece James obebo na ko nenim na Enzo Fernandez are operating as a number 10. So in Chelsea build up Riano in fin hon opedobo number 10. Then the right fullback of Chelsea say be Malo Gusto no. Ani njine chire ho. Malo Gusto mo mbeko nenim bebre. Na free the right winger say Estevao ne beba. Estevao so be move inside. So anytime we are Chelsea be build it up. Obeshia big team, obeshia team mu kra a solid right winger biano. Chelsea build it up. The 3-2-5. Open numbers in the midfield. You expand the opponent and utilize the weights. At the same time, you making sure say you benya numbers no fin ho. We Enzo Maresca in big games. Na kwahwe Arteta de no. In big games, Arteta so making sure say ni fullback ne ba ko beka. Na ni fullback no akwa ye 3. Na one player akwa ka Zubimendi hu won fin ho. Na akwa ye 3-2 build up. One of the fullback never join the attack. No makwa ye 5. Na midfielder baako Declan Rice act as a box to box. And to say Osha Chelsea build up now Osha Arsenal build up no in big games are Ken ensesa. Omo nyina build up akwa ye the same. That's the reason why I can. And ne offer Chelsea boku na. Say yen create yen shegu enye big problem in farmer Chelsea. Obesa chances no. By seeing creative near Shegu, Chelsea mbre. Yen creative from the central midfield zone, from the wide area, both left and right, Chelsea mbre. And to say what Chelsea 23 goals I watch the Premier League. Yen try the breakdown. Chelsea actually 23 goals in the Premier League. Open play 12, representing 52%. Set pieces 8, said your kind, representing 35%. Counter attack or the 2 na representing 9%. And to Chelsea goals or mashe. Ewo Premier League nim nyina no obetime use open play di ahye obetime use counter di ahye obetime use set piece di ahye na hwe Arsenal so de no Arsenal goals from in the Premier League 24 open play was 11 representing 46%. Set pieces was 10 representing 42%. Counter attack or di ahye bi And the reason why Chelsea actually 23 goals, Arsenal say 24. And bang. And just one goal, and Arsenal actually Chelsea in the Premier League. And to nationalize it 2 coaches now. Bona Arsenal boni nyina on share goals be bring say Chelsea just one goal. Arsenal say 24, Chelsea say 23. Obi etimi use counter, obi etimi use open play, obi etimi use set piece. So in terms of attack, omo nyina shape in big games the same. Enti nyame adom e china game no. Say 2 clubs ni share goal enyem wawa. Both team to score eto enyem wawa. Say Chelsea share goal enyem wawa. Arsenal share goal game na enyemwa because 2 clubs are on ability to create and score different approach, different style the same. By difference what Chelsea ne Arsenal kwa mo fa so defend it. Season we nyina ade a Arsenal for beat Chelsea how we defend it. All these 2 clubs are yekin no. Omo nyina timi use 3 blocks in football. Football who defend here, who betime use 3 blocks. Ubetime use 2 blocks and also ubetime use a single block. That's the reason why I can say team B a defending in 3 defensive line. Or shall see a defending from opposition third. Arsenal me a defending for shall see defending from opposition third. Chelsea me defending from opposition third. And it's a Chelsea cast obey you the 3DL, the 3 defensive line. Or shall see a pressing opponent from opponent in the half. And Chelsea a pressing opponent from the half or call man to man. Chelsea mark play bia and me nkomachi may you so be a current game or be a last game or boy proud to this game. Chelsea boy against Barcelona. Mame Chelsea against Barcelona or man to man press. Me patcho anyway man to man press no. Obi a man to man press o dey for mame. Anytime bi on be press bia no man to man. Chelsea make sure say and am say Arsenal no okosia no Arsenal build it from the back. Enti ye close Arsenal na ye make sure say Arsenal players ni ye be mark you obi a man to man ye be for obi a enti say Arsenal build from a chiro ho na e was Saliba ho e Calafiori na bebo e Timber na bebo Chelsea be make sure say o many more for no obi a be mark Chelsea players ne baako. Then again mame Arsenal against Bayern, Arsenal so called man to man. Say Arsenal so be use the 3 defensive line because Chelsea so build it from the back. Where Arsenal against Bayern or be call man to man. And ti one similarities na wom no. Obia defending no use high press now or come man to man. By difference Arsenal team ni defensively or yes solid no. Say you drop from high. Now you about the mid and I see about the low now. And na Arsenal was so saying Chelsea. Because Chelsea drop from high defensive, high pressing, and as a high block no. Now about the middle, Chelsea still now no focus on man to man. And anytime be a Chelsea ever call the mid block, and I say obe drop from high no na oba infinfin no or come man to man. Where your last game against Barcelona. And Chelsea say opponent ne boni be infinfin wa. Reece James, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, or make sure say. Arsenal midfielders no on be close to man to man and you most likely say Arsenal be use Marino obe use Abrante Francis Zubimendi won finfin ho obe use Declan Rice obe use Eberechi Eze ade a Chelsea ni Enzo Maresca be try na say time bia na was Declan Rice Abrante Francis Caicedo e was Enzo Fernandez e was Reece James e mark Arsenal 4 players the man to man. But in the case of Arsenal say omo drop ba finfin aken omo command to man. Say Arsenal drop ba finfin pe omo ko the zone. Omo try say ombe cover the area. Our opponent name for ball number. Unlike Arsenal, Chelsea Diana eba mfinfi or command to man. Arsenal in the midfield. Say or drop over the mid blocker. Or be the zonal marking, traditional zonal marking. Zonal marking your defensive strategy. They mark the area of the pitch, a certain area of the pitch. So adia Arsenal 4 year in terms of the mid block near say Chelsea Krabwa. Bo na be di regime so. Abedi Enzo Fernandez so. Ababa be di Caicedo ho. Sa space no any passing lane now benyano and na Arsenal be try say or be stop it. That's the difference between Arsenal and Chelsea in terms of defense. And as someone in Arsenal drop it about the Oman Kasa half, say almost city deeper. E ya na Arsenal dey any effective because Chelsea Kasa or city deep no say defend here. Ni focus a man oriented marking. And the time be an midfielders no instead of some be close normal bang almost center backs normal last defensive line no almost just space because Chelsea a defend the Oman Kasa half almost try say call the man oriented almost focus no ball so a opponent so and to say Arsenal to me at the ball ne ko nanima Chelsea a defend ya Bukayo Saka ne kura ball na Chelsea for be try say Kukureya make sure say ube close no ati say do de Lamine Yamal no se ball ne be call the right side o na maybe say Martinelli ne be chase Trossard ne be chase a Malo Gusto make sure say ube close sa player no enti say we check Chelsea a wey omu last defensive line no by midfielders no omu nye close to the last line one space in between the midfielders and the defensive line na ma me Arsenal de no Arsenal ewo omo city deeper Arsenal ken eya na omo ye very close enti yabo season ewie the best defensive team in the Premier League Arsenal so nyame adom e china game no the difference between Arsenal and Chelsea how Arsenal defend ade a Arsenal ede bro Chelsea so how Arsenal defend better esen Chelsea so game no tenase a you will say key points I be mo obi a winning game no the be mo obi a winning game no wa intensity no ubetima sustain throughout the 90 minutes because obi a put any style of play ni similar and when the betima sustaining the intensity no throughout the game the first key points the second one when the betima early passes e dey akọ anim because obi a be try say obe stopping the opponent from the passes and when the betimi amasa early quick passes no obi a wingers from here sharp. Let's not forget Garnacho Estevao nebeba. Se Pedro Neto nebeba. Se ball ne beto space a umetima rani akofa. The same thing applies to Trossard and Bukayo Saka. And when the betima masa early passes no, edi akoma ne wingers no, which ebeye key. When the betima stay compact in transitions. Another key point the betima mo win game no, the movements by Ken. Game we no, the heartbeat of this game the midfield battle. Game na yeko witnessing na no. The heartbeat of this game is the midfield battle. Chelsea, likely Reece James, Caicedo, then Enzo Fernandez. Arsenal, likely they can rise Zubimendi and Eberechi Eze. Do we win the midfield no ken or no and they win the game way because the heartbeat of this game is the midfield battle. Game here tactical, ube here individual brilliance. No matter game no. Ube here a good bench no mo dey assist game no enti se so munum ye den na obi tactics here adwuma e dey na Enzo Fernandez betima ye dey ma Chelsea be sesa game no e dey na Caicedo betima ye e dey na Kukureya betima ye e dey na Estevao be ye e dey na Pedro Neto be ye individual brilliance e be play key role because e two coaches some here tactical and in purely tactical games here individual brilliance on betima sesa no ma dey ama se tactically no me ekoso ye dey ma Chelsea ne Arsenal Diana Bukayo Saka be your the best game no. Diana Eberechi Eze be ye, Diana Declan Rice be ye. Obi player every bench ba, obetima be influence game no. Dilap every bench ba obetima be influence. Gating se ba obetima be influence. Se Arsenal teta ye substitution na, Madueke ba obetima be asesa game no. Martinelli betima be sesa, Odegaard betima ba be sesa na ken. Adia metima kan wo game nim. Say enkoye goalless. You be two clubs on be ball. Likely both teams to score. But currently as it stands now, game no even. Me books nim. By both teams to score at least 2 or more goals. You will see who was a game with because a game back wa. Yen team ko hwese be draw 0-0 there be. Two teams ni no two teams again. Omo you good football. Omo you discipline. Enti you be witness a good game.
Okay. Kwame Dela and a games in the I think say Rivaldo Cross and Namadrian Basso and say a Feramadrian Basopa and Saquano Janafa Conqua coach, you know. Intia on Kanjan say on Konim Kakra, on Ranchan Kakra. No general left is right was no my rosa. You do be and as a coach in a restriction because what kind restrictions?
Tio. And now no more ball ni wie Chelsea ni basketball wie no meti say Rooney e can similar thing say
ojina fa kododo
game no hwe no o feel say na we senka Lamine Yamal coach ni man be 10
oba inside kakra
oba inside asa number 10 because na
there be Ghana na ye ka kudu so modi no ne
exactly and enra anajo Rivaldo susu abeka the same thing so susu say Lamine Yamal was predictable intina nke we say coach no rotates in a kakra. Inti within a matter of few days binye Rooney aka the same thing. Rivaldo aka the same thing. Say Lamine Yamal, when who saw no, it is because he was predictable. Ken, the question home they say. Any wingers in United team ball 10, team ball 9, team ball 11. Wingers no more left for no one.
Even more confusing to me more. But Sakwa could be Dinachi.
Nyami Wabuchu.
Kukurea or someone.
Salah, how many times have you seen him on the left?
Go to me, boss, a force nice.
How many times have you seen that? Huh?
Uncle
Bukayo Saka, if it is if he left back, echo right wing, how many times do you see Arsenal play him there? Or other positions? Maybe some Riyad Mahrez, because in the premiers of the last 10 years, classical right wingers are we left-footed for no. Mahrez, Salah was Rocher Mahrez there, but Mahrez, how many times do you see him play other positions? See, Mahrez was successful because of Kai Walker. Salah, the success, it was also because of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Time I Messi sees were not all buggy, it was because of the role of Dani Alves. Last season, Lamine Yamal played well because of Jules Kounde's form last season. Afi Jules Kounde is it's Debiani Patre. Lamine Yamal, so there's no counter movement. Be crazy, akrei so be crazy move. Ama space kakra di amano. It is becoming predictable, not because of how Lamine Yamal is playing, but because of the movements around him. As a legacy, the pressure at Wakuris. He's just 18 years. He's not even mastered the craft of playing as a right winger. Young boy Arsenal ni Chelsea ni home komo kakra. Ken, big games say there, the controversies na. Now, me said there's a deliberate attempt to shy away from some of the conversations. Nibi, Estatifi, Arsenal by Munchi, we answer job for Secretary. Declan Rice, one of the Sky said the one in Nimbo. Oh, the Declan Rice a dodgy question, no. So we open us some moment but the same position. Na and the problem being boy no penasam kanano crap if I was or to abadi man no atwen ho the free question no. And no me say Enzo Maresca omu bisa is the same question. So omu me no so but the same position. Na Declan Rice ekwo nanim bebre unlike Moises Caicedo. No so atwen ho. Ken ye de ye twe ho ye beka bi. Me abisi ye me de man no betumu bi. Ken. Ideally se omumiansa, in fact, omu two teams, se omu share 3-man midfielder. Martin Zubimendi, nejuma oye no, eno na Moises Caicedo eye o Chelsea. That is when everyone is available. Na Declan Rice, nejuma oye no, eno na Enzo Fernandez eye, enso ewo Chelsea. Na Martin Odegaard, and I bereche eze dwuma mbaye no nkane na nka ko pa ma baye na wona ma 10 wo and no the coaches na players ni nyina dodge die free, but the truth is that recent games here Reece James basically is playing more for number 6 mewa ama Enzo ama Moises Caicedo is playing more of a number 8 so that Enzo will play as a 10. Until last year, dear, we cannot have that conversation. But this year, and that's a recent games in the year, you bet me can be because of a similar role. It is also a lie. Said Declan Rice, Nancy, coach in the man who couldn't be and yes, sir. The last time a catcher say the difference between Declan Rice last season and this season is this season, Declan Rice is always close to Martin Zubimendi because after the Zubimendi have a premiership or adapted into Onyane won Kobe, unlike last season. Now, Ojad Thomas Pateo, our number 6. Until last season, Declan Rice had 9 goals, 10 assists because he was scoring a lot of goals because he was going forward. This season, it is not like that. But what in Commander Mini would say? Declan Rice, the team now only hype. Say, I am Moises Caicedo, and last year, or ball against Real Madrid, no mean a team. Eje man of the match back to back and can come on okay yetiati. Also being Declan Rice as him. In big games, even against Bayern Munich, he won the man of the match. That guy, low key or bobo papa. But young canasam. Now sometimes they be a mekao. Oh, big team e boapa.
Na Arsenal nye big team.
Oh, and yet the very good. That's a pass. Obi and Kwajima no isibon. The context ne say big team no say make big team and your born like say like team that one no like media hype basically. Senior sir, the last bad 12 months, the kind of footballer Declan Rice outbore at the Arsenal. One, because Arsenal are not winning anything, so people don't care about them. Chelsea last year, Krankobia and Fiomo until the Club World Cup. So Declan has been performing at that level, but young canasam. But not to say Moise Caicedo is also not doing well. Caicedo come on the Enya Mobeka. We've talked about it so many times. Say 6 world bosses here and the Akurano at the level no ekosro. Until last year, dear, neyen team in your comparison, no, because Baku Jina number 6, Baku Jina number 8. Until the goals na area, you will not be fair to Moise Caicedo. Because Declan Rice last season, he was going forward a lot. But this season, recent games, and your season, recent games are regimes or partner Moise Caicedo Biano. You are more of doing 8-8 comparison. But what did me say? It's in common. Omumi 2 clubs. They should start talking about it. No one guys say they are shying away. Omun person Mobeka and they don't play the same position. In any ways, yeah, awards are kid. Yetimika best midfielders. Meboa. You choose best midfielder. You choose best midfielder. You kwakas you choose number 6. Best number 6. You choose best number 8. You choose best number 10. You can't win in our boom best midfielders. They are starting ebi a few pro. Best midfielders. Ne. We should have this kind of conversation. It helps. A game building. I said 2 teams will be a slow there. Masa, let's have it. It's okay. You can have your opinion. Obviously, with me having an opinion. It does not mean that Obi Biasam. Declan Rice has been solid. Obi and Kanasam. England for sometimes I blame them. Boa Declan Rice he boy in Obi and Kanasam. Ken. Okay. Abro football na yebono. Before you best start the game, the kind of thinking I go through, no, sometimes we oversimplify it as football fans. Basani Chelsea bebo, oh, highline. But Mariska will not analyze the game only on the high line. Because you need to carry the ball from the goalkeeper to the attack. And Sanwoko high line is waiting me pass for more. It's right from the goalkeeper to the defense to the midfield. Bronese build up. You work on your build up because so it's me BT Barcelona press no. And Okwako who's a high line no. But football fans, highline, near the namusa. But you need to start from somewhere. If it does not work, won't do. And until Barcelona, Chelsea, Barcelona, make catch out say the most important thing is the Chelsea's build up. Yeah, we a game, no. Basta for Nankasanu Mutom, so no win to me Chelsea for no press so many. Into me, make catch out me that game. Chelsea won the game because of how they built their game up. BT Barca press. Share this game. Chelsea Arsenal. Who is Chelsea coach? You are basing your lineup on Arsenal's strengths. Number 1. Arsenal a team. Watch this say. Second half. Otimiye BBAB. Otimiye substitution. Emma substitutions and bring Arsenal a lot of goals. And you by mouth. The statistics speaks for itself. Say, last season, Arsenal for substitutions ni nyina on game no mu on be man Arsenal 17 goals. What the assist the can 8 nti Arsenal say second half here bona Mikel Arteta aye substitution and my goal involvement makumaku 25 last season. It is okay. We share statistics now. Now Arsenal strength back and they say substitution behind the goals, but what do? Then your lineup, no, you shouldn't put all your Arsenals in the game. And yes, what they will all best players in the game because in the second half, you need to also do proper substitution to tame Arsenal down. I see, young Monko baby, last time I catch us Arsenal substitutions on Kwamo 25 goal involvement. Season where you Arsenal substitutions in Kwamo 15 goal involvement. 15. This year, you're possible say better transfer 25 no more in the last season. Let's say, more bench and sounds why stronger more. It's a way Chelsea coach. What do? You look at this. Okay, no, I jot it down. Number one, I need to build a very solid bench. Number two, me Mariska, many Arteta bobo last season. Baku aya 1-1. Baku oshe me 1-0. Baku no oshe me 1-0. Aya Mikel Merino aya share go no set pieces corner. A boy na kwani di ti so abo ne share. And go for ya there was set pieces. What do I do? Because in that game, Kai pass Chelsea for no more green before the game. No more green Arsenal set pieces. No, how are we going to stop Arsenal? It's in that game, Chelsea coach about Fofana as a right back. And about Bediashil, about Levi Cowell, Diku Corella Cajon because of height. And I'll drop him Malo Gusto. Yeah, at the Grano Osrono, Arsenal decided to share 1-0. Inti. You're also looking at, okay, how do I stop Arsenal? No question, my woman said, these are two coaches. Omunina was set pieces coaches. Yet, about Nicolas Jova. Yes, Nicolas Jova is doing very well. Arsenal for quite a fast ball with set pieces, you know. And to the beer, F. But Bernardo Cueva is also doing well. Cueva, no, a Chelsea for set pieces coach. I'm funny if he brings for nearby. He's also doing well because your boss season way tells you Yanko baby Chelsea has 8 set pieces goals. You say Arsenal the whole world. Omu name set pieces but was 10. It just say Chelsea are not far from Arsenal's 10. Till Arsenal were 10, Chelsea were 8. This is a Quiver is also doing well, but also so only hype. On commander Minudi no. Nicolas Jova was hype because Arsenal Bobola Nicolas na dane ne ho assistant coach de bi ogina Mikel Arteta nchen na me kra sa asem na ya menti o mase na assistant coach ni tie kire na chese Nicolas ni gina ne nchen
no say enche de ho ne ho so mfa so bia
why
Arsenal assistant coach because say no Arteta na ye pitch no open play ni we ni no na Jova so ye corner case no just enche de ho do no ye nje so tranchen na e was Jova ye na djuma because the Arsenal dey.
Inti ehono ya na funny kakra.
Because they say Joe Caresaba. But menya so be man start.
Merino
ne bebo.
Yeah.
Merino ba ene ma Arsenal ho ye hu. Omo we hu kra say Joe Caresaba. Because o withdraw ba bebre o nhyeda hu o megina ni mu ho. But obo no mo hye.
Merino no hu. They be American Starboy no one of the players people underrate the Empire guy no. Very, very good player.
For last season, Beppin, this season, club and country, few players in the band.
And position from midfield to attack, maybe our because of Obo. And he does not complain. He delivers a first robo, the 9 bonnet that form Obo. And against, you see, me fear Kakrani say, me share Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. It was a classic game of man to man because Hurricane strengths. They say or drop it deep if about to say Mikel Merino DNA bia. But now Arsenal asuma ebia Saliba timi di nechi ya kwa Arsenal po ni mu nyina man to man. But Chelsea do not do that. Me who Chelsea game wa say obo ebia striker ne ebo and as a team no ebo striker or ye force 9 o move bebre a center backs no ebe follow her to the extent say obe wura 18-yard box anymore because once I've seen Chelsea games and now against Barcelona, not Trevor Chalobah Eddie Lewandowski, but Lewandowski on drop it deep to say Mikel Merino mubeye. I don't know if Mourinho plays as a false 9. Chelsea will let Trevor Chalobah do that job. So drop it even deep. I want number 6-1 or follow now what they are. That will be good. Because Mourinho, one thing I've observed, no say anytime Arsenal airborne as a false 9, no. They be able to come in for the normal bubble so that they will create overloads. Ken, me expect Chelsea's usual back four. Me pay changes. Be I say Malo goes to 88 ya inti ahun popunti yemo before front kobo. Kuku Malo, Trevor Chalobah, Wesley Fofana, and again one player what ball recent times say Trevor Chalobah. Onusu low key yankana some.
I think the defenders in one are consistent.
Very, very good player. Now saying the ball not bad.
Do baby kwa no more than a trench and cross a ball no team no.
Oh,
Chalobah.
Say there Obopa.
Team no where they.
Inti, I want him to play because Chelsea's build up here very important. Me sure say Chelsea bebo bonus. Inti, Chelsea first phase of build up. Robert Sanchez, Kuku, Reece James. Because Reece James in midfield also be drop here, but when you say Caicedo, Wesley Fofana, Trevor Chalobah, South first face, against PAG into me or more our club World Cup anymore. By Munch in for Simi or more, Ejiboni the free or Munsem, ABT Chelsea for South first face, Bass into me. 83 big games, Chelsea pass PAG test. While pass Bass at the they went to me and pass it, by Munch in the Inti, if Chelsea pass that phase, na boni kodi any war for now because any war for the GD or Hona saying, Can me Patrick Estevao still now coaching in Sistiana?
Coaching in Pesobe Manabo.
Mumpana Pumpum Kakran say Emperor of
Debbie Omonica Cracker.
Debbie Kenny. Moka say Estevao formula hurt you. A bit in Yamba say,
Maobianco Sumunum Cupra.
Oh, can't see her. One messed one starting game. Na Chelsea lose genuinely crowd on the best says the one starting. Until your coach also sometimes you don't want to create controversy.
But I'm in the yard on Estevao no. 2 big games wababako. Confidence assembly yake. Wababako aye kama.
Afa.
Yes, into money obi free chiri na ba. Woman wa mana bebobi. Ibi okra so a o mana mokra. Minister supporters in a person more.
Exactly.
But that's why we are careful.
On some common in so say you want to be careful. But say no, the entire coach would want to keep Ebia Estevao from on the bench and probably come on later on the game. They say Pedro Neto is playing very well. I was our side back in. And I know Garnacho many and Jenny Bon.
Garnacho Jimmy Gatins, this is in one abo.
But
I had about queer dear Chamaco.
And then Garnacho here because Jimmy dear me or no me who born Nancy fuck a crabby no akotumbaku. Because the reason I make us say Arsenal strength bako during Timba Saka combo no.
Yes, or so cheaper.
Exactly. Because
Banana again Basso defending.
No, because Kunde was not doing overlapping. Timba will do. Inti Ejumana Chelsea
solid.
Oh, Timber is playing well. Timber bobo pa. Inti Ejumanwa and now we are against Chelsea, against Barca Krana. Chelsea supporters ni nyanje hono. And ne nyame aduma kwesiada e was so oyeno times 3. Because the job is going to be very difficult. And again, Arsenal say bono mobono. Omonye one way bio because last season get the ball to the wings. Bukayo Saka cross now far. Corner kick advantage Arsenal. But and then Arsenal centrally creative from there.
The last this last month Omona share and as a month Omona share open play goals power Premier League.
Oh say
and you know na corner.
Here
almost 7 open play goals
in October.
In October, yeah.
As at October 2022. In fact, October 22nd. Na Chelsea more set pieces goals share Arsenal. Yeah. Hey, Arsenal alone. Omo set pieces team ampa. Name who overemphasize on it? You are not being fair to them. because Arsenal they are playing good football. But set pieces now be kata at the end of more year so.
But good football now we can. When you show Arsenal about good football change Chelsea in terms of ball no ball na ye.
Okay, munya be true.
Meba omunyina ball.
No, Arsenal are playing well.
Because meba eba ball possession. Liverpool penny Saint Chelsea. You nkra ball and pass over Premier League no. Chelsea and they second. Arsenal men Liverpool they first. Omo passing in your goals in the one musipe. Enti Arsenal one near maybe defensively. Omo ye better. Chelsea. Set pieces and almost ye better. Chelsea. Born and na can see and pass the ball ne fe. Arsenal nyade and Chelsea.
Because season we the directness ka crack a
very good. Enti ochina no. Enema miru na Arsenal wo change Chelsea no. And so mu defense better change Chelsea. And no more sad na
set pieces
Chelsea no. So that is the difference between the two teams. And yes, sana yin na yakobo bo anka Arsenal Chelsea. Obi e bon obi ani sad and that's like
oh. Oh yes, you are not be.
Oh, that be and you say what kind of make be. What's my kind of make be?
Everybody see kid. You just see a more ball na sa. And yes, Chelsea was should be breaching Arsenal.
Oh, and yes, so that be me patches Arsenal more and you
so okay, Matson come on say, but a even game. And again, internet Arsenal what added advantage because even without Gabriel Magalhaes and now Saliba and Henkapi excellent, Saliba and Mosquera excellent.
So some Henkapi ne Mosquera kra.
That's Arsenal team.
No more was so.
Omo papa Henkapi a bad player. What as Omo ba say who say Gabriel Magalhaes.
Say baby amamu say Arsenal weakness pa. Amafo nso no so na ebobo but I think say omo target Zubimendi.
Oh, see, me baby I work say.
Oh, that be say
the counter press. Okuta ball on the check.
Grab on the check. It is omo tata na the possibilities on which match ball the free in some no so.
It's the job of Enzo Fernandez.
What's the Arsenal player? One more height.
Yeah.
And omo nyina bo anything. Oh ya Zubimendi de na flare yeden. Omo nyina obi age ball na the ball neba. Even akra no kra wo Skelly kra so football left one or the yeden. Or the bar. Califiori. So almost our players and almost so almost fit almost me grab on that boy and Kwana obetime ko tata na jebo na finisem ye va say can say do na enzo betima ko yire na jebo no because so on person be pass ball say no o person dey bia onya perfect pass o grab on che into no me hu so your weakness
that is
no weakness on sub ball no dey or one of their best players but say
Tata
Arsenal players
I agree especially in their midfield today. Omom kuta ball ye pa no. I would gidi corner so a obeje free the same no. Zubimendi I agree.
Open me kakra.
Oh. a very interesting game honestly. I think say I'm expecting goals in the game.
But Robert
James some Makasa can me say Chelsea into right back.
No more money more.
No more James and come it
for Lavia idea.
I Lavia there can
Lavia and the
so mun copy right back on top because you see the kind of partnership as Ami and Sano abo in big games no ehu Satre Rich James Moise Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez no sa partnership
as in there's 6 never ball in film running between us and here Chelsea no as so mun na ya de chain Chouameni ne Kamavinga.
Oh, that Kamavinga bro. No, but so we say any the omu nyina ya we. Search say Chouameni ne Kama de omu bonu we chire sisi.
Omu tim kese pa o, sankofo no.
Omu so ya to omu abodin o.
Na sankofo no mo identify for.
No, but
serious o.
Say enu ti Madrid for no say project Moise Caicedo next season.
O ka say do betima catch Chelsea for so best rom. Do betima ya na wa ye no. Obedomasi.
Now Akobo Madrid.
Say South American player.
Oh, I'm the South. Tina Sanko for no
the South America the man ni baby.
Engineer nje omundi. Enyo.
One day Luis Diaz dey Liverpool.
Oh, the Sanko for no the omunya can Madrid ne Barca won't me stop you. We cannot convince them. You understand? But any day I'm sure say Madrid will definitely give it a try. Maybe next year or two. Any day e bedru or no sad any.
Some first can no more for Chouameni come.
Na Chelsea for ma catch us up.
Oh, but Sunday and Kebabo and Kenu and Kenya a good deal. 50 plus Chouameni.
Debbie, hey, 100 plus Chouameni crowd.
There's some French international be Okobo World Cup.
Oh, they yet it's what na can't have Boa Cup na Chouameni to bench. Mo dey
Ngolo Conte.
Or bet me Boa Cup no na because a man who kon any Conte no.
Na dan for no coach no.